How's it going, everyone? Today we're here to review the Vader One Gunstock for PSVR2 made by KobraVR. I want to say thank you to them for sending me out this model to do the tests with, which I've now thoroughly tested because yesterday I dropped a review video which was actually incorrect due to a fault in my setup, and I want to share my thoughts on it. First of all, I'll start with the build quality. For a 3D printed gun is actually okay. You know, you still got the hairs, you can visibly see it's been 3D printed. Some of the wording isn't clear and stuff, but I think for the money, which is like £65 in my money, it's probably around $80, and that's without shipping obviously, it's pretty reasonable, and it's very sturdy. You know, there's no creaks, there's no cracks, the magnets work really well. The arm mechanism, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, works really well. The setup procedure, which is the reason I've remade this video, is actually really simple, and I just missed one step. But I'm going to go through the setup of this at the end of the video so no one else makes the same mistakes, but I'll also link the tutorial in this video description. So with build quality out of the way, I'm just going to talk the usability. So the beauty of the Vader One is the ability to transform it into what feels like a shorter weapon than a longer weapon. So first of all, I'm going to talk about using this gun as a rifle or a sniper rifle, which means having this arm extended. And to be honest, I'm not really a fan, and the reason I'm not a fan is because this is non-adjustable, and it didn't matter how I set up my gun in Pavlov, it just never quite felt right. It feels just too long. And you know, that's my body. I'm sure other people are different. You know, it's not like I've got short arms either. It just felt a tad too long. So it'd be nice to make it a little bit shorter and also make this larger. You know, like similar to the KobraVR, which I'll leave a link in the description. Also put the video up here for you now. Is the back of that particular stock can be changed like massively, as obviously there's no change for it here. So to be honest, all that ended up happening using this for me personally is it was getting in the way. What happens is you can just like bring this arm in, and now you've got like a short range version of a gun stock, which I've never used before, and it was really quite good. It's very reminiscent of holding an aim controller when you do this, and I really enjoyed it. Like, using it like this is actually really quite cool, you know. So you can just pull it apart, you've got your pistol, put it back, two-handed weapons, and you've got extra accuracy and stability because you've got both of these things on the runner. So yeah, honestly, if you're looking for something just to add a little bit more stability and also feel like you're using a gun in a game, I would actually get the Vader One at the moment. I have not come across a gun stock like this before, but if you're looking for something for long range, to me personally, I really hope they make another model because this needs to be adjustable for me to recommend it. It comes to actually getting used to it with muscle memory. It's got a very strong magnet to attach the front controller to, but the problem is if you're in the middle of a firefight and you just want to pull it off, it can be a little bit stubborn. So the idea is to remove it either moving it up, down, left or right, and it's really quite easy. That takes some getting used to, and I can say after using it for a couple of days, I am used to that. This is how I like it. This is the form factor that I enjoy this particular gun stock in, because as I said, this, I can't use it like this, but like this is actually really quite cool. Even using like assault rifles, you know, on single shot, and you're looking for a bit more accuracy, I was getting those shots in this particular form. So yeah, like if you're happy with something just to increase accuracy and give you more of a feel for like you're holding a gun in a game, similar to the aim controller on the original PSVR, I would recommend the Vader One. If you're looking for something for long range shots, I would wait. I'm pretty sure these guys are getting some feedback now from VR channels and stuff. As cool as this design is, I really hope they add some adjustability to this. It really does need to be like, I don't know, that much shorter for me, and this needs to be bigger because it's so small that what would happen is sometimes I would like try and get it in there in the middle of a fight and it would collapse on me. Not very often though, a lot less than yesterday. Yesterday's setup for some reason really triggered that a lot more. So today it's only happened like 4 or 5 times, but as you know, if you're playing a competitive FPS, 4 or 5 times is a lot for you to get like, oh my god, you know, you're trying to avoid gamer rage. Just to reiterate, I wouldn't use it for long range, but I would definitely use it for short range, or just for if you don't need something dug in here, just to have your controllers lined up nicely, I would actually recommend the Vader One. It's really cool. It is really cool, and I love this idea. I just hope they build on it so we get like a version 2, a Vader 2. There you go, you can have that, boys. But yeah, on to actually connecting this thing, and I'm going to move over to my mobile phone for this particular part of the video. Okay, so here we have the Gunstock fully built. I'm just going to put this bit here for now, this bit here for now, and just to show you the front clasp mechanism, how to get it on. Basically, just undo it. You line up with a line on the controller, which is here. There's like a fine line just on the controllers right here. Basically get that feeling nice and snug, and then do it up. That's the front controller. It's so easy. And obviously when it comes to doing it up, don't do it up too tight. You're not looking to make anything like crack. Now when it comes to the back, what is important is this particular part here. So as you're looking at the gun, there's like this lip right here, and this lip needs to go underneath the controller. So we're just going to undo it. Same process again. So you've got a nice little slidey bit there. And then, yeah, so I've got my line here. I go for, but this is where I found it fit anyway, nice and snug. The only other downside to this is it kind of catches on the options button on the controller here, gets a bit close to it, but I mean, I didn't really find it too much of an issue, to be honest, once I found like where I needed it. So again, I've used the line on the controller as a bit of a guide. The lip is underneath, which is where it should be, so it's sitting there. And now if I hold this together here, it doesn't move. Okay, it's completely solid. Again, make sure it's done up nice and tight to prevent any movement, but also make sure that you're not trying to over tighten this thing and cause any cracks or crunches in your controller. So yeah, like basically that should be really rigid. You shouldn't be able to move. Overall, I actually really like this system. I think it's a really well thought out system. So again, I just want to say thank you ever so much for watching my video. I want to say thank you to everyone who basically got involved yesterday and really helped me out, because there was like 1,500 people that watched that video, and a few people kindly let me know that I've made a mistake, and they weren't angry about it. They weren't aggressive. It was just like, dude, you made a mistake, you know, is it okay? Just wanted to let you know. And I really appreciate that. You know, I really appreciate that. So thank you ever so much. You know who you are. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll see you on the next one.